That's a weird color. Anyway, hola, it is Wednesday, and yeah, it's been an interesting couple of days. I tried to institute a new going to the library thing, but that hasn't worked out very well. Um, I guess for various reasons, I don't really know, but I think what I'm gonna do is try to just get back to my regular routine, and then go to the library on like the weekends because it's less crowded there. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Do some work there and then come back here and finish it off. Mainly because they're not open that late in those days. Um, and I think that's been a big obstacle, but I'm trying to get through that and make it happen. Um, but another thing is I'm also trying to increase my exercise as well. I tried to go to the gym today, but I was just feeling really tired. I think that was because I had some In-N-Out burgers last night, protein style. But because it wasn't grass-fed, there's less nutrients in there, and I just felt like my body was starving. And so I went and worked out, but I couldn't last. Then I came back and ate my grass-fed stuff, and I felt a lot better. I did go for a run today, but for a mile, so that was good. Um, and yeah, just trying to get back into things. Finished up the book Switch, which is a really, really good book, and then worked on some other things. I think the biggest lesson that I learned from that was, getting the small wins. Kind of having it. He calls it a miracle win or something. It's kind of like a progression, and just getting those small wins, knowing that you can do the little things. And I think that's the approach I'm going to take. Especially with my job, I think I'm going to try to apply for lower level jobs and kind of just work from there, with the understanding that I probably won't be staying there for much longer. It depends on the situation, but getting the job and progressively working towards something more lucrative. Um, but yeah, so that's the plan. That's my one thing I need to do today is apply to this one job, which I may or may not get, but I need to kind of broaden that net a little bit more and get those small wins as much as possible. Um, and go from there. I mean, I got to start smaller. I really do think these big goals are getting in my way. It's funny, these crazy paradoxes of having a big goal, you know, um, the what is it, burning the bridge or some big hairy goal or something, versus also having, these small little goals that you can reach in and get to, and it's just not black and white, which is, I believe, the way I've been thinking, mainly because that's the way I've been taught to think. But plus I also have that ace up my sleeve of offering to work for free, but that really depends on the company. I probably won't do that for everybody, and it really depends on the situation, but it might be a good way for me to get started. I don't really know, to go from there. But yeah, so still trying to figure things out, kind of calm down a little bit, but the one thing I really have to work on is just pushing myself and really putting the hours in, because for one reason or another that's not happening. I'm not happy with that. Could just be I'm tired, could just be too much to think about, too much whatever, but that needs to change. If anything else, I have to be able to push through those weak points. I think working out is helping, but at the same time it's hindering. So it's kind of like giving me the endurance to do it, but it's also draining me. So I have less resources to do it with. That could just mean more resting, more power resting, and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's an important factor that I've been neglecting, and just kind of making everything work together again, but really just pushing the amount of work that I'm doing, the quantity, as well as the quality. But I want to get into those flow states. I mean, that's really what I want to get to. But it's hard. I mean, I have so much in my head and so much confusion that it works against me sometimes. But I think I'll start slow and just work up from there. Um, and that's the idea. That's the plan I'm going with. It's not a complete plan. It's bits and pieces as I'm going along. I'll probably have to revisit the book that I read in order to kind of put together something more concrete. But for right now, I think I have enough to get started on. So there we go.